Yes, sir. It's the Tommy Maroon Sports Show, episode number 307 right here. I can't believe it. But you know what I also can't believe? The Cavs are on fire. My goodness, they're on fire. How about that? We got to talk about the team leaders first off. And Donovan Mitchell leads the Cavs with 29 points per game. Evan Mobley, 8.8 rebounds per game. Donovan Mitchell, 5.9 assists per game. It was Darius Garland, but now he's with the Clippers, so there is that. Jarrett Allen shooting 61.5% from field goal land. And Jalen Tyson, 47.7% from three-point land, and 2 blocks per game for Evan Mobley. The game you're looking at right now was a very good game, Cavs at Nuggets, but first we got to talk about the Cavs at Kings, which was a 6-point win, where Donovan Mitchell scored 35. Jarrett Allen had 29 points, 10 rebounds. And James Harden, new guy, James Harden, 23 points, 5 threes. You probably heard of him before. Really good basketball player. Might be a Hall of Famer one day. And Nick Clifford, 30 points. Russell Westbrook, 21 points, 9 assists. Cavs were never up by double digits in the game. It was a seesaw battle. Kings up 11 at their peak. And each team had 30 assists. Wow, how about that? How about the Cavs at the Nuggets? That game you're looking at right now, where the Cavs won it. 119-117. Donovan Mitchell, 32 points and 10 assists. What else happened? We saw James Harden, 22 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Not shabby at all. Jarrett Allen, 22 points, 13 rebounds, and Nikola Jokic, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists. Cavs weren't really winning for most of the game. It wasn't until the final seconds when we saw Donovan Mitchell drill the go-ahead free throw and another one for good measure, and the Cavs won. Hey, no complaints about that. Cavs against the Wizards. The Cavs would win it. 138-113. Sam Merrill, 32 points and 9 threes. Wow, 9 threes. That's insane. Donovan Mitchell, 30 points, and James Harden, 13 points, 11 assists. Keyshawn George, 17 points, and Justin Champagne, 12 points, 8 rebounds for Washington. A team that was never winning the game. And the Cavs had a lot more rebounds. But before we get into Tommy's picks, I just want to talk about the Cavs and how great they've been lately. Oh my goodness, they're on a 5-game winning streak, winners of 10 of their last 11. Not to mention the fact that they are 34-21. This is a Cavs team we were expected to see. And they are 1 game back of New York, a game and a half back of Boston for the 3rd and 2nd seed respectively, and 7 out of Detroit for that top seed. I don't think they're going to catch up to Detroit, but you never know, you never know. Of course, the top team in the NBA is, of course, Oklahoma City, which isn't surprising. They are really doing a great job, as always. I hear that the All-Star break is coming up. Today is the last day of NBA basketball until the All-Star break, and the Cavs are nowhere to be found. When is the next Cavs basketball game? Yes, Thursday. In a week from now when they take on the Brooklyn Nets. Anyways, so there is that. Cavs doing a great job. As you can tell, I'm wearing my Donovan Mitchell jersey because, they're doing a good job. Anyways, folks, it's time to get into Tommy's picks because that's always a fun thing, isn't it? Yes, I'd say it is fun. High school boys basketball, Highland, despite falling lately, despite really being ice cold, we finally won the conference. Oh, thank you, God, we won the conference. 54-40 over Aurora. We got to cut down the nets there, just like what we did in girls basketball too, by the way. And Copley, they won over Talmadge, giving us the conference all to ourselves. And Copley beat us last Tuesday night. So despite 3 conference losses, we did win the American Conference with no one else, which is always good to see. Stowe beat Twidsburg 48-43. Nordonia, they beat Brecksville. Yeah, Nordonia beat Brecksville. They are the first team to beat Brecksville all season long. So congrats to them. My goodness. My goodness. 59-48. And Gilmore beat VASJ in overtime 61-56. What else happened? Holman beat the lights out of Firestone 92-38. My upset was incorrect when I picked St. Ignatius to beat Eds. That did not happen. No, sir. 72-59. Eds wins for the first time in a few years over Ignatius in basketball. And that was at home, too. St. V. St. M barely squeaks out a 1-point win over the Walsh Jesuit Warriors 54-53. And Powell beat Lake Catholic 69-53. And Lakewood beat Rocky River 45-40. Chardon, they beat East Lake North 61-53. And Kirtland beat Rootstown 77-40. Roosevelt, they beat Revere by a score of 46-33. My goodness, you talk about low-scoring games. And Roosevelt won over Revere. Yeah, same Revere team that beat us earlier this year. Valley Forge beat Bay 56-50. Avon beat Amherst 87-79 in overtime, may I add. And Elyria beat Midview 81-40. How about Olmsted Falls in the Battle of Bagley Road 63-54. Now let's do some high school girls basketball. Yeah, the playoffs are almost here, folks, for that too. 41-24, Talmadge beat Kansas Central Catholic Stowe. They beat Green 50-26. Harvest Prep beat McKinley in what I thought was going to be an upset, but it wasn't. 62-48. Riverside, they beat Chardon by a score of 52-49. Twinsburg beat Norton 42-32. How about Holman winning 60-26? And South Range beat Struthers 38-28. Ursuline beat Cleveland Central Catholic 68-19. Talk about an ultimate beatdown, folks. Yeah, that's it. And speaking of beatdowns, Walsh beat Cardinal Mooney, who finally won earlier this week, but wasn't against Walsh. 49-18. Cardinal Mooney has one win on the season. Worcester, they beat Mansfield 67-39. Cloverleaf, they beat Firestone 63-28. Normandy beats up North Olmsted 57-30. Yes, sir. Midview beat Elyria 56-32. Avon Downs Amherst 51-29. What else happened? Olmsted Falls in a Bagley Road matchup 45-36. Olmsted Falls beats Bremen Park in a good game. Of course, Bremen Park beat us 33-30 last Tuesday night. Yeah, it was not fun because we only scored 6 points in the second half. 6 points in the second half. Talk about a frustrating game. Oh, boy. But better that happens in a meaningless regular season game than it does in the postseason. Yes. So I can't complain about that. But I can't complain about the game, of course. Medina beat Brunswick 59-36. And Strongsville beat Orion 71-32. Manor beat Jackson 62-37. Let's get into Tommy's picks for this week. I can't wait to bring you them because it's always fun. Ah, yes. Boys basketball as the tournament draw is almost here. Highland against Cloverleaf. We got to get out of this funk we're in. Losing 3 of our last 4. Holy cow, that's not good. Why not take it out on Cloverleaf? I think we can take it out on Cloverleaf. We'll beat Cloverleaf. Brecksville against Gilmore. What should be a good game? Got to go with the Bees. Hudson will beat Cuyahoga Falls in a good game. Stowe against North Royalton. I am picking the Bears. Excuse me, folks. Medina's my lock of the week. They're going to beat up Lorraine. Brunswick against Menor. I'm picking the Brunswick Blue Devils, which should be a great game. What's not going to be a great game is Warren JFK against Tobin. Tobin's going to destroy Warren JFK. My goodness. St. Ignatius against Warrensville Heights. Picking Warrensville Heights. Lutheran West against St. Ed's. St. Ed's beat Lutheran East in a big showdown last Tuesday night. But I'm picking Ed's to win again. Brush will beat Orange. Aurora against Walsh. Got to go with Aurora. It'd be nice to see a Suburban League team beat, of course, a private school. Sort of like what I hope happens in high school football this year. We'll get into that in just a bit. CVCA against Boardman. Got to go with CVCA. Medina Christian Academy's going to beat Dalton. And Black River is going to beat Columbia. Keystone over Brookside. Olmsted Falls over Midview. Avon will beat Avon Lake. And Lakewood will beat Bay. Anyways, folks, high school girls basketball time. Yeah, the brackets dropped in the OHSAA. That's pretty cool, at least for Division 7 or 3 to 7. I'll talk about that. Hopefully, if I have time, I probably will. So there is that. Norton against Copley. That should be a very good game. I got to pick the Panthers, though. Manchester against a winless Barberton team. Oh, you guys, Barberton's not having a good season. I got to pick Manchester. They might as well decimate Barberton. What else? Beechwood against Maple Heights. Picking Beechwood. Fairview is my lock of the week. You got to go with Fairview indeed, because they are very good and Amherst struggling. Lakewood's going to beat Buckeye. Elyria against Brookside. Two teams that need to win this one. I'm going with Elyria. Olmsted Falls will beat Springboro. Who else? Pyramid Park against Avon Lake. Gotta go with Pyramid Park. VASJ will beat Ursuline. And St. Joe's is my upset against Trinity. Holy Name against Mayfield. Gotta go Holy Name. And Perry against Riverside. Gotta go with the Beavers. Who else? Jefferson area will beat South. St. John will beat Lakeside. Lakeside Dragons are also winless. Oh, you gods, that's not good. But you never know what can happen. Kenston will beat Howland. Harding against Austintown Fitch. Walsh will beat Gilmore. And last but not least, Brecksville will beat Lakewood. Ah, yes, looking at the brackets indeed. Highland is number 2 in Northeast Ohio. Oh, how swell is that, folks? And we are taking on lowly Garrett Morgan in the first round. That game's not going to be fun for Garrett Morgan. They're probably going to get destroyed, with all due respect to them. But they have only won 2 games, and both of them via forfeit. They've played like 10 games this year, too, and we're just going to beat the whites out of them. It's at 4 p.m. on the 21st. So if you want to show up, please show up. Because we will take on CVCA or Westlake after that on the 25th at our house. Again, should be an easy game. But what won't be an easy game, however, is Rocky River. That game will be down at the Miller Family Arena in Worcester. My goodness, how exciting is that? I think it's super exciting. I think that's Triway, if I'm not mistaken. It is Triway. If we win that, we win districts for a second consecutive year. What else is out there? We will take on, more than likely, Padua or St. V. St. M. Oh, that's going to be exciting, folks. Do we have what it takes to win districts? I think we have what it takes to win districts, but the question is, do we have what it takes to make it to the regional finals? I don't think we've ever made regional finals in girls basketball history. I mean, we've won districts 3 times. I think we lost regional semis all 3 times. I know we did to Toledo Start and Hoban, but we'll see. We'll see in a matter of time. Tommy Maroon here on WCTV, reminding you that we have how many days till football? Let me check. 190 days. Wow. And Highland's playing Walsh Jesuit week 1, and that's going to be super exciting. If we win, that would be a big win for us because we'd beat a private school. Not every day does that happen, man. But anyways, enough on that. I'm at 881 subscribers. It's probably going to plateau there for a little bit because I don't have another broadcast till Tuesday. Anyways, the goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers on WHBW in 190 days. Altogether 1,000 subscribers, not gain 1,000 subscribers, but be at 1,000 subscribers. Because that would be nice. But anyways, what's also nice is that this is Timer In for Timer Sports Show, reminding you there's a lot of good stuff coming up here on WCTV. Thank you, folks. Yes, you folks for watching, and I will talk to you hopefully next week. So on.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.